your week has been. So how has your week been? Just in one word, put it in the chat. How has your week been? So has it been great? Has it been awesome? Has it been stressful? Just put in one word in your uh, okay, just one word. Just one productive, fantastic, Celia. Okay, any other person, any other one? Slow, Chibuike. Okay, no problem. Don't worry, this session will make it faster a little bit for you. Okay. All right, stressful, stress, just push it. I love the energy, guys. I want you guys to keep up the energy. I love this. All right, so we're still expecting more people to join the session. We're starting on time. We don't like to give 5 minutes, 10 minutes for people to join in. We start right on time, okay? Because time is money, and we're talking about tech to bring you money. So that's exactly what we're talking about today. So I'm just going to go ahead to share my screen because I just want to do this session in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay, 1 hour, 30 minutes. And it's very difficult to do these things in 1 hour, 30 minutes because it's me condensing over 5 years of my experience, over 5 to 10 years of my experience, dealing with remote roles, dealing with sponsorship jobs and all that. Condensing everything into 1 hour could be very challenging, can be very challenging, okay? But I'll try my best, okay? I will try my possible best to see how I can condense everything into 1 hour, 30 minutes, okay? So we're going to be talking about something very interesting today, which is how to secure remote and sponsorship jobs in the UK, US, or in Canada. Now, this could work for anywhere in the world. All right. The reason why we say UK, US, and Canada is because majority of the African populations are usually relocating to those areas. Okay. So if you're looking to relocate or you're looking to even work from where you are, if you're somewhere in Nigeria or you're somewhere in Ghana, you're somewhere in Tanzania, Kenya, regardless of the location, and you're looking for remote jobs, you're looking for sponsored jobs, we're going to be having a deep one-on-one conversation today to see how you can latch into this kind of opportunity. So I'd like to know where you guys are joining in from today. So, so if you are just put your location, I just want to know in the chat. Just type in where you are joining in from, the country-specific location. I'd like to know. Okay, Celia from the UK, Abdul Salam from Nigeria, Manchester. Okay, fantastic. The other state as Nigeria. Quite a number of Nigerians. Any other African country in the house? So if you're from Ghana, South Africa, you're from, let's see, quite a number of Nigerians. Okay, that's good. We have a lot of Nigerians in the house. Nigerians like remote work. And anything that has to do with sponsorship like this, Nigerians are the ones that would come first, okay? All right, fantastic. We have quite a number of Nigerians in the house. But like I said, we're still expecting more people, so we'll go ahead to start the session regardless, okay? So welcome to Amdari, okay? And the topic for today is how to secure remote and sponsorship jobs in UK, US, and Canada. If you have any friends, family members that would also benefit from this kind of session, please do well to share with them. All right. Tomiwa, please share the link to all the communities just so that we can bring in as much people as possible. Okay. Tomiwa, are we on the same thing? Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So let's jump straight into it. So who is Amdari? What is Amdari? What are we doing? What is the main essence of doing what we're doing at the moment? Or what's the whole essence of Amdari in the first place? So Amdari is a work experience program platform, okay? Work experience program platform, okay? And I would explain what work experience program, what it is all about. Now, looking at transitioning into the tech space, you would have seen that, learning these technologies by yourself can be somewhat kind of very easy. You can go on YouTube to learn it. You can go on any platform, Udemy, Coursera. You can go on YouTube. You can go anywhere to learn this program. You can go to a boot camp to learn it, okay? But the only thing when you now start to apply for a job is when you start to see that, okay, they really don't ask me how to write my formulas in Excel when I go for an interview. They don't ask me, how do you write a formula? Or how do you use this application? They usually want you to have experience. So even if you have all the certificates, Google Data Certificate, you have all the certificates on Udemy, you have certificates from different universities, different boot camps, and so on and so forth. And they usually will still ask you that question. Tell me how you have used this particular technology to solve a problem, a real world problem. All right. And you see, this is where everybody loses out. This is where a huge chunk of population that are looking to transition into the tech space, this is where they lose out. Because you have learned how to use Excel to do analysis. You've learned how to use Cisco Packet Tracer for network mapping and everything, network simulation and all that for cybersecurity. But you find out that they're not asking you how do you use it. They're asking you how have you used it to solve business problems. Now that's where everybody loses out because you don't know, you've never done it before, you've never worked anywhere before. So it's challenging for you to talk about your experience and how you can use that experience to get your first job. And that's exactly why we started Amdari. Now I've been in this situation before. And really, I won't lie, it took me about 2 years. I will tell you about my own personal experience, okay, so you understand exactly where I'm coming from. So it took me about 2 years to get my first job, okay, and this is also due to the fact that I had no practical work experience, and that's what is phasing everybody looking to transition into the tech space. So you see people saying that I just finished learning. I want somebody to give me a chance. Everybody's looking for 2-3 years experience. How do you want me to get 2 to 3 years experience if I don't have a job, if you don't take a chance on me? But the honest truth is that's just the reality of life, okay? And that's exactly why we started Amdari, to see how can we get people work experience, okay, through real world projects, through real world hands-on practical projects, okay, where you'll be solving real life problems and so on and so forth. So we'll talk more about this when we get there. All right, this is part of the things that we'll talk about. Okay, so we're going to be doing 4 things today. We're going to be discussing around 4 things today, essentially, and it's going to be very straight to the point and get you into the parts of what you need to do. All right, so my name is Ifemena Ipro. Okay, I'm the co-founder of Tenalytics and also the co-founder of Amdari. And using those 2 platforms, we've helped over 2,500 people transition into the tech space. Okay, now, like I said, I usually like to start with my own personal experience because that's the reason why. That is the reason why we started Amdari, to see how we can help more Africans, transition into the tech space, majorly on the side of experience. Now, my own background, I studied economics in university. I got a job as a management consultant. So I'm coming from a non-technical background, like zero technology background. All right, I grew up in Akure. All right, from Akure, I schooled in Ibadan. Do you understand? Like, so it's not, I didn't grow up in that, very, very fast-paced business. And, I didn't grow up in those kind of backgrounds. So if you're also from that kind of background where you feel like you are at disadvantage, within the workspace, that you never did any form of internship, you've never worked anywhere before, how do you expect to get a job, that kind of thing. That's exactly why we are doing what we are doing. Okay, so give people experience from any word, from any phase of life. You can actually get that experience you can use to catapult your experience and get it started. All right, so that's exactly what we're doing. In my own experience, I've always worked within the data ecosystem. So I've worked as a data analyst, I've worked as a business intelligence developer, I've worked as a data scientist, as a data engineer, power platform engineer. I've worked across different roles within the tech ecosystem. But you see, I like to start from that background to let you know that I didn't start there. I didn't start from the top. I started from the bottom, okay? And that's exactly what you need to understand when you're getting started also. It's going to be tough, obviously, but we're trying to make it easier for you. Hence the reason why we started Amdari. So guys, I'm going to be sharing quite a number of details in today's session, and I want you guys to fill the attendance form, okay? I want you to fill the attendance form. The session is recorded, meaning that even after the session, as long as you wait till the end of the session, you will get the materials that we use for today's session. That's my slides and all the links and all the things I'm going to be sharing with you in today's session. Bear in mind, you need to get the material for today's session because all the links for remote jobs, where to get sponsorship jobs, I'm going to be sharing that with you. So you want to fill the attendance if you want to get access to all these materials at the end of the session. So if you wait to the end, you get access to all these materials. That's the relationship that we're sharing at the moment, okay? All right, so feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, Twitter, or Instagram, any account, pretty much on there to see how I can answer your questions going forward. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to be using my own personal experience for today's session. All right. I'm Nigerian for people that if a mena, if a money for short, you get me. I'm joking. The money is still loaded, but anyways, let's talk about how does a Nigerian, okay, relocate and also get world career changing experiences. Okay, how did I start? Where did I start from? Those are the things I'm going to be sharing with you today. And the reason why I'm sharing my own personal experience is because, in terms of remote roles, I've been working in a remote role for the last almost 5 years of my life, of my experience, almost 5 years. That was from 2020. By January next year, by December, it's going to be 5 years. So since 2019, December-ish, that period, I've been working remotely, fully remotely ever since then. And that's my experience. So in terms of applying for remote roles and getting remote roles, I have huge success doing that. Also, I lived in Ireland, moved from Ireland to the UK, from the UK to Canada, based on what? Tech relocation and also sponsorship and all that. So in terms of experience, I do have the experience. And that's exactly why I'll be sharing these things with you. So all you need for today's session, guys, get a pen and a jotter and jot things down so you can take things out of today's session. Okay? Sorry. Actually hurt my neck. All right. Get a pen, get a jotter, jot things down so you can take things out of today's session. All right. So that's part of the thing that we're going to be talking about in today's session. So let's start. Let's jump straight into it. Let us jump straight into it. So I'm going to be talking about my personal relocation experience and how it can also benefit you to a very large extent. So, like I said earlier, I studied economics from Leeds City University in Ibadan. Okay, trust me, there's no tech involved in my own background. Like I've said it already. So I studied economics, and after finishing university, I was unemployed. Unemployed for a few months, almost a year. Okay, after service year, obviously you do service year. After service year, I was still unemployed for a good chunk. Okay, and eventually I was able to land an internship position with FITC in Lagos, working as an intern. So working as an intern, from there I moved up to getting a full-time position. So working with FITC exposed me to the career, to actual career, to like having a career, like working in a 9 to 5 job, 8 to 5 job. And it exposed me. And with FITC, I got to work with majority of the banks in Nigeria. Okay, so even though I was an intern and I got promoted to the management consulting phase and all that, I got to work with quite a number of banks, got to work with quite a number of institutions in Nigeria. And I saw that people were staying in careers, people were getting to the top of their career. And I was curious, like, and I started asking myself that same question, like, in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years, what career do I want to get into? Where do I want to see myself in the next 5 years? What salary am I going to be looking at? So asking myself this very detailed question, it was interesting because back then working in consulting, it was very, very tough. I won't lie to you. But in the next 5 years, getting into that senior manager level and all that, the pay was not commensurate with the stress. Okay, I want to chop life. Do you understand? And that's like a generational thing. Okay, so whereby millennials, we want to work, but we also want to have a good life. Okay, so that was what I was looking at. So I was looking at a career path that would not be as stressful as consulting, but also very, very in demand, meaning that I will get paid well for the role I'm going into. And you see, obviously tech was the major one at the time. Everybody was talking about data science. Data science is the sexiest job of the future, so on and so forth. So I dabbled into data science, and that was when I was learning data. So all the courses on Udemy, I bought it. All the courses on Coursera, I bought it. All the influencers on YouTube, I followed all of them. Do you understand? And I was learning. And eventually I could not. I obviously the opportunities I got in Nigeria they were not very they were not very, very aggressive enough for me. Okay, so I relocated, to Ireland, and guess what? my village people followed me to Ireland, and instead of me getting a job after my master, during my masters, obviously to do survival jobs, I was working in the warehouse. So imagine coming from consulting, big boy suits, working with C-suite executives in a bank, working with bank, working with regulators like CBN, NDIC. I was working with top firms in Nigeria. Now relocating to Ireland, okay, obviously no Irish experience. I wasn't able to get any remote opportunities, anything like that. So what did I do? I got a job in the warehouse. So you see me now, I have a couple of muscles, yeah. I didn't get the muscles from going to the gym. I got the muscles from working in the warehouse. And I say this every time, and people laugh, but it's honest truth. So I was lifting boxes. For the guys in Nigeria, you might not know what working in the warehouse is all about, what it is. But working in the warehouse could be very stressful, very, very stressful. And it's usually in the night. It's not during the day. It's night work, okay, night shift. All right. So I was working in the warehouse, and this was the lowest time in my own personal life. Lowest. Coming from consulting where you were highly respectable, going into a country that you don't know anybody, and you're working in the warehouse, night shift, that kind of thing. But I was very determined, and this is where I'm going to be talking about how it took me about 2 years to get my first tech job. It took me 2 years, to be honest with you, candid. 2 solid years, over 2 years. I usually just say 2 years, but it's usually like 2 years and a few months. Do you understand? So it took me 2 years to get my first job. But guess what? I got my first job, and I didn't get a job with another organization. You see, the company I was working as a warehouse operative was the same organization I got a job as a business intelligence developer for the same organization. So a week before, I was working in the night. I was doing night shift. I was wearing my uniform. You see the uniform on my head there. All right. I was wearing my uniform a week before. And a couple of days after, a week after, a couple of weeks after, I resumed a business intelligence developer role with the same organization. So what changed? That should be the posing question. Now, I don't like to share the story, but I think over time I've started to see that people might be going through the same thing I'm going through, or I've gone through in the past. Okay, and this should act as a source of inspiration for them to get it started. So you see how I transitioned. So it didn't come from an easy, oh, I got a job. Okay, there are so many things that happened that moved from that consulting to me getting my first job. But you see, after I got that first job, it was difficult to get the first job. Okay, trust me, it wasn't easy. And I've kind of painted you a very small picture. But it was not easy to get the first job. But after getting that first job, I can tell you categorically, I've had the best time of my life after getting that first job. So it's usually very difficult to start. It's very difficult to start, but when you start and you enter, it is cruise control, like no stopping. Like it's literally just going to be easy. Hot knife on a butter, it's just going to be as easy as that. But you see that period of you getting started and you getting that first role, yes, it's going to be tough. And that's really why we have Amdari today, to see how we can make it a lot easier for you, 10 times easier for you, because it took me 2 years. It shouldn't take you 2 years also. That's the key question. So now, let me tell you exactly so how did I move? My own personal sponsorship strategy. And this is what has worked for me significantly. Number one is to learn. A lot of people don't want to learn. Number one is to learn. Number two, package yourself. Package yourself. So nobody's going to take you the way you are. That's the honest truth. Okay? So a recruiter, an employer, they're not going to look at what is inside of you. It's what they see, is what they get. All right? So package yourself. Number three is apply. And then you get a job. It seems very straightforward. But you see, everybody focus on just apply. I can tell you categorically, I've had a couple of sessions the last couple of weeks, and I get a lot of people sending me messages on my DM, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Twitter, and the messages are always, Ifemena, where do I apply for sponsorship jobs? But you see, people have skipped the learning part, people have skipped the packaging part, and they just want to keep applying for jobs. So their CV is bad, they don't have experience, but they want to get a job. How is that possible? Not did you be that. Not did you be that. You just want to apply, and you want them to believe that you're going to get the job. It doesn't work that way. We hope, we wish it works that way, but it honestly doesn't work that way. So these are the three strategies I did: learn, package, and apply. And guess what? I'm going to tell you how the practical steps I took to do this particular thing. So let's go straight into it. So the three things you need to do: learn. All right, learn the skill. So you see in demand skill, and I'm going to go to how we come about the word in demand. Learn a skill that will get you a job. Okay, learn a skill that will get you the job quickly. Okay, so it's not just about you learning the skill and not to do it and not no. Gain experience while you are learning. Gain experience while you are learning. Experience is what you need to get the job. It's not your certificate. Oh, I have a Power BI certificate. Oh, I have a P300 Power BI Microsoft developer certificate. That's not going to get you the job. Oh, I have a Cisco certificate from this for cybersecurity. It's not going to get you the job. Oh, I have this financial analyst. I am this, I am that. All those certificates that you have is not enough for you to get a job. Seek experience. So if you're looking to get into data analytics, seek quality experience in data analytics. If you're looking to get experience in data science, that's exactly what you need to be looking at. Data engineering to, all the career paths that we have listed there. And I will explain what is in-demand tech skill. It's just taking about 10 minutes, but I will share with you the steps I took to getting the in-demand tech skills. Now you see at the bottom, I have the keyword there, focus. Okay, the word there I have there is focus. And it's very important to know what focus is. And I'll tell you part of the reasons why it took me 2 years in getting my first job. Okay? And I'll tell you the reason why. While I was learning data analytics, another friend of mine got a job as a product designer. So because I know this friend, Shegun, you got a job. Product designer, really? Okay, fantastic. I dropped everything data analytics and I went to go and learn product design. Then a few months again, I had another friend of mine, got a job as a software engineer. So what did I do? Dropped everything, started learning C#. All right. I had another friend of mine that got another job, and that's how I was jumping from one career to the other because I wanted to get it quickly. I was desperate. So I was always looking to jump into the next career because I felt the next career would give me exactly what I was looking for. And that's why you see all of you, majority of the people on the call, I can tell you you've done that before. Oh, another friend of yours has gotten a job. What do? You jump and go and learn it, okay? Oh, guy, teach me now. Teach me. That you want to jump into it. And let me tell you one key word. One key thing that has really helped me is that word focus. So the grass is not greener where in the other place, okay? The grass is not greener, in the other side, wherever you want to go to. It's not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you nurture it, okay? So if you nurture where you are, it's going to get green. It's going to be good enough for you. I can guarantee you that. So you see, I stuck with data analytics and eventually I was able to get my feet into the door. And after that, like I said, it was smooth riding. So learn but seek experience. Learn and seek experience at the same time. Number 2, package yourself. Remove that your past experience where you're working as a teacher or you're working as a nurse or you're working in whatever role you're working as and you want to get into the tech space. You need to find a way to revamp your past experience. So don't go on when you're applying for a role as a cybersecurity analyst and you're putting in that you're working as a customer service rep 2 years before, and you're putting customer service on your CV, but I don't know. Nobody's going to take you. Let me just tell you the facts. Okay? So you see a lot of people relocating or wanting to relocate or even applying from jobs from Nigeria to overseas country. And you're putting teacher. You're putting teacher as one of your experience. And you're using that same CV to apply for a data science role, a data analyst role. And you think that recruiter is going to call you or take you serious. No, nobody's going to take you serious. So this is where packaging comes in. Okay, this is packaging. This is where you need to revamp your past experience into the career path that you want to get into. Revamp, okay? Revamp your past experience and see how you can fit it into the career path you want to get into. How do you do this? We would have sessions like this in the future where I tell you categorically how you can structure it. All right. So when you're talking about packaging, we're talking about your CV, we're talking about your LinkedIn profile. We're talking about mentorship. We're talking about interview preparation. We're talking about job reference, somebody to back up your work experience. And last but not the least, on the job support. That's where packaging, separate yourself from the pack. Separate yourself from, if there are over 200 people apply, just look at yourself. If you have a friend of yours, there are like 2, 3 of you, collect your CVs, take the CVs of the 3 of your friends and compare it with your own. You'll find out it's almost the same thing. You'll find out that even though there's going to be a little bit of difference, it's just going to be very, very minimal. How do you separate yourself from the pack? That's what packaging is all about. Now, last but not least, this is where you apply vigorously to get in the job that you're looking for. So apply, target your job application, tailor your CV, and apply aggressively. It's as simple as that. So you apply for 5 jobs, it's not going to get you the kind of opportunity you're looking for. All right, you will get a lot of rejection, 100%. But with you targeting the job, with you tailoring your CV to get to that particular job post, and doing that aggressively, you would reduce your rejection rate and you would increase your callback rate. People calling you, oh, I saw your CV, I would like to talk to you. That's exactly what you're looking for. So you see a lot of people say that, I've been applying for a job, I just wanted, let even one person even call me to even say that I saw your CV, let me sell myself. Let me sell myself. I want to sell myself. And that's the biggest problem people have. You see, oh, if a man have been applying for a lot of jobs, I just want one recruiter to call me that if I open my mouth to talk about my experience, about the things I can do, they will give me the job. But the funny thing is, they're not calling you. And you know why? Look at it, the root cause. The root cause is your CV. You just don't have a CV that is strong enough for you to get a call from the employer or the recruiter itself. Now, let me test your mind. Let me test your mind. How many minutes does it take a recruiter to read your CV? Let me say it again. How many minutes does it take a recruiter to review your CV? Drop it in the chat. Let me see. How many minutes does it take? 3 minutes. Somebody said 3 minutes. 2 minutes. Maybe because with AI in less than a minute. Okay, fantastic. Okay, somebody said 12 seconds. Okay, 5 to 10 minutes, about a minute. I'll tell you categorically, guys. Only one person was very close, okay, which was the person that said 12 seconds. It actually takes the recruiter less than 10 seconds. Less than 10 seconds to review your CV. You might doubt it. You can go ahead, check online, Google it. Okay, go and Google it. Google it. If you don't know it, Google it. Do you understand? All right. If you don't, like, it's actually 10 seconds. It's less than 10 seconds. So they don't read your CV. They scan through your CV. Okay, they scan through. They just read. They just scan through it. And what are they scanning through in that 6-10 seconds? They're looking for certain keywords. If those certain keywords don't happen to be on your CV, it's instant rejection. All right. So 6 to 10 seconds. Now ask yourself again. If you look at your CV this time around, just look at it for 10 seconds. What can you see in 10 seconds? All right. If you can't see anything, trust me, the recruiter also is not seeing anything. That's why you're getting the rejection. It's as simple as that. Okay. So CV is an art. And when you combine these 3 things together, you learn, gain experience at the same time. You package yourself and you apply for jobs. I can guarantee you are going to get a job. It's as simple as that. It's actually not as difficult as it is. All right. Now let's push forward. If you enjoy yourself, give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy yourself, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Fire me with a thumbs up. Let's go. All right. Okay, rejection is both up. Don't worry, you will change after today, okay? All right, guys. If you enjoy yourself, ensure you're filling the attendance so you get access to all these materials we're using for today's session, the recording and everything. Please ensure you're filling the attendance form. All right, thank you. Fantastic. Now, the next question is, if you may not help me, not help me, help me. What career should I get into that guarantees I get a job quickly? I guess get me a job quickly. I don't want to waste another 2 years looking for a job, going to do a master's, going to do this. Even if you're going to do a master's because of relocation, that's good, that's okay. But what career path should I be looking at getting into that ensures I get a job That's the key thing. All right. So now let's explore that. Now, looking at this, it's one of the main reasons why we started analytics and also started Amdari. So we don't have enough Africans in the tech space. Like it's literally a global phenomenon. Okay, in the sense that we don't have Africans in the tech space. Now the key question that keeps boggling everybody's mind is why? Now there was a statistics that came out, and you see it's a very interesting statistic. So you see, according to the Migration Observatory, okay, University of Oxford, for every 100 health and care staff hired, 30 are Africans. 30. So it means that everybody's just going to health and care, looking for care job, care job, care job, care, healthcare, care. Like everybody's trying to get into healthcare. Why? Because it's simple, because it's easy. All right. Because it's the easiest thing. You don't need the barrier to entry, to get in a job in the care space is relatively very, very low. All right. So you see a lot of Africans dabbling into that particular aspect. But now when you look at the tech space, for every 100 tech staff hired, only 6 are Africans. Only 6. Now, I worked in Ireland, I worked in the UK, I work for companies in the US. Currently, I'm based in Canada, and I'll tell you categorically, you barely find Africans in your workspace. You barely, like if you see, you probably the person is working, some other kind of job, all right, but you barely find Africans in the tech space. And this is an honest conversation amongst all of us. Like, why? Why do we feel like tech is? A lot of people just feel like tech is hard, and that's because obviously when you spend the last 4 months trying to learn as much as you can, but you find it difficult to land a job because they need you to have experience to get the job. Now the key question is, where do you get this experience? Where do you get this person that will give you a chance to get you the experience that you need to get the job? That's exactly one of the major challenges that we have. And that's why we started Amdari. And that's also what got us into the Alberta Catalyzer program, okay? Where we are currently in the pre-accelerator. It's a pre-accelerator program where we are literally trying to get connections, get enough, headways to see how we can help more Africans transition into the tech space. Make it easy. So because it took me 2 years, shouldn't take you 2 years. I said that already. All right. And that's the reason why we're building this platform, to see how we can fast track Africans, Africans into the tech space itself. So you can read more about this particular aspect of this, this accomplishment, I would say, in Tech About. So the links are there. So once you click on it, it's going to take you directly to Tech About, where you can read more about this collaboration that we're seeking at the moment to see how we can get more Africans in Africa and Africans abroad into the tech space. So that's basically about it. So get an in-demand tech skill. Remember, the whole essence of we doing Amdari or starting Amdari is pro-Africans. We want to get Africans job quickly. You want to learn something and you want to get a job quickly. Not in the next 7 years, okay? Not in the next 5 years, not like in the next 4 years, like a bachelor's degree. Something you can learn and get a job in less than a year. Exactly. That's what we're going to do. So in order for us to answer this question, we did a very simple task. So we went to the popular job boards, across the UK, US, and Canada. So we went on LinkedIn, went to Indeed, we went to Glassdoor, Total Jobs, CV Library. We went to all the job sites. And what we did was we extracted job positions on a daily basis for a period of over 4 months. So we extracted. So if you're looking for a job today, what do? You go and look for a job on LinkedIn. So you see all those jobs that you go to look for, we extracted it for the period of over 4 months. And remember, the reason why we're trying to do this is we wanted to find out career paths that are in demand. In demand basically means that organizations, companies, startups are consistently hiring for these roles. So it means that if you learn it, you can easily transition into a career in that role. Okay, so that's exactly what we're trying to do. So we're looking at these 3 criteria: ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high and rewarding salary. It's as simple as that. Ease of learning, something you can easily learn, something you can easily gain experience in, all right, and use that experience in transitioning, getting a job, and the salary is also very great. So we landed on 8 very interesting career paths. All right, this is where you have to start to jot things down. Okay, even though you're going to get the materials, if you feel the attendance, you get the materials, the recording, and everything from the session. So we landed on these 8 career paths. business analysis, agile project manager, data analytics, data science, data engineering, cybersecurity analyst, financial analyst, and HR analyst. Okay, very interesting career path. Some of them you've heard of, some of them you've not heard of, but we'll discuss them as we go on. Okay, so but you see, if we are told you that we did analysis and this is our finding, I don't think it's going to be enough. To be honest with you, as a data professional, you always want to seek out external validation. So after doing our analysis, we obviously, is that enough? Typically, for some people, it might be enough. But remember, we didn't get here. We didn't get here by playing it simple. We needed external validation to also back up this research that we have done. So we landed on this 8 career path, and we needed external validation to also back up these 8 distinct career paths. All right. Now, what did we do? We stumbled upon this report, a very detailed research report, and it was talking about it came from the World Economic Forum. So if you've ever heard or you've ever done any form of research, even while you are in university, you would have heard of the World Economic Forum, the largest, most reputable research-based organization across the world. So what they did was they did a research, and they were looking at jobs, new jobs and lost jobs, new jobs and lost jobs. So essentially, they talked about career paths that are going to grow, okay, and career paths that are going to decline, okay. Career paths are going to grow and career paths are going to decline. So let's take a look at some career paths that are going to decline. So you see the likes of investment fund managers, organizational development specialists, chemical plants, chemical processing plant operators, training and development specialists. So if you are currently like working in HR, you're doing training and development, that's going to go in the next couple of years. Sales and marketing professionals, management and organizational development and analysts. You see this is the most interesting one. This is not Amdari's reports, okay? This is World Economic Forum reports. And they're saying product managers, okay? It's part of the career paths that are going to decline in the next couple of years. Strategic advisors, food processing and related trade workers, recruiters and technical recruiters. So now, we're not focusing on career paths that are going to decline. We are more focused on career paths that are going to grow, that are going to continue to grow. So let's bring it down together. All right, so you see this. AI and machine learning specialist is going to grow. Business intelligence analyst, and you have data analyst and scientists. Now, this is to people that usually say, because I know like 5 of my friends that are learning data analytics, that's the reason why I don't want to learn data analytics. That's the reason why I feel like it is too crowded. My guy, if you want to get a job, learn the skill that guarantees you to get a job. Okay, you're not learning the skill to compete with your friends. Okay, you're learning the skill so that you can stand out in the workspace. Now, I'll do a little bit more talk about data analytics and data science and why they are highly in demand within the workforce, within the job market itself. Now, we also have information security analysts, clearly written out, and that falls into the domain of cybersecurity. Also, in the same vein, we have big data specialists, we have data engineers clearly written out, and we have database architects fall into the domain of data engineering. Now, moving on from there again, we have process automation specialist, falls into the domain of business analysis. Now, I'll tell you guys, you need to get this report. So if you want to get the material, you'll see here, click here to download full report. Once you click on it, it's going to show you the full report. It's a 296-page document, 296-page document. So future of jobs report. So if you fill the attendance form, you will get access to this material and you can also check it out yourself. Okay, so please do well to fill the attendance and you can have access to this. So you see, we've covered data analytics and data science, cybersecurity, data engineering, business analysis. Let's take a look at it. Is that the end? No. So we also have other career paths that we're going to be looking at. It's a massive document, okay? So we have project managers. Now, from our research, it's not, oh, I have PMP. That's not what will get you a job as a project manager, okay? So you need to have worked and have deployed, agile worked in an agile environment. So either you've done agile, you've done Scrum, you've implemented Kanban, you've implemented Lean. So those are the things that guarantee you to get a job in project management today, not just I have PMP. Now, we also have database and network professionals, falls into the domain of data engineering and cybersecurity. We also have financial analysts, clearly written out, and we have supply chain and logistics specialists. Now, if you want to succeed in supply chain and logistics, you need to be a core data professional. It's not, oh, I went to school to study supply chain that gets you a job in supply chain. It is, you can analyze data. Okay, that's what gets you a job in supply chain and logistics. So a good chunk of my personal experience working in the tech space has been in logistics, supply chain. All right. So that's exactly what I'm telling you. Supply chain and logistics are very heavy on data. Very, very heavy on data. All right. So if you're enjoying yourself, guys, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. I want to see thumbs up. I want to be excited. I want to be excited. Give me a thumbs up. If you're learning from today's session, I want you guys to give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. I love this. Okay. All right. So you see, we've covered the entire career path. And you see, we did our research and we backed it up with an external research to also get us the things that we need from today's session for the career paths people should go into to get it started. All right. So you see the things that we have done in order for us to tell you that go and learn this skill. Okay, you see the things before you apply for I want to, where can I apply for sponsorship jobs? Where can I get sponsorship job? I mean, if you don't have an in-demand skill, how do you want to get a job? It's an honest question. Like, oh, I want to work remotely. What skills do you have? Oh, you've learned Excel. Fantastic. What have you used Excel to do? Nothing. But we'll get there. Don't worry. We'll take it one step at a time. So what's next after selecting and learning a tech career? Okay, so what's the next thing? What's the next step you need to take today to where after you've selected and you've tested or you've learned or you've gained experience in the tech career? So let's talk about that. Have you guys heard of the ultimate job formula? If you've heard of it, give me a thumbs up still. Anyways, I wanted to try something else. The ultimate job formula. I can see some people have seen it before. Interesting. All right. Anyways, let me just go ahead to tell you. All right. The job formula is T plus E. T plus E. What does T stand for? Does anybody know? Let me see. If you get E, I have something special for you. T plus E. What does T represent? Let me see. What does T represent? Training? No. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. Time, talent. Okay. This is guesswork right here. This is guesswork. You guys are guessing. T is actually technical skills. Okay. In order for you to get a job in the tech space, it is technical skills, not time, not training. It's technical skills. Now, technical skills, I'm not talking about just learning how to use the technology. So you want to become a cybersecurity analyst and you want to learn the SIM tool. So you have picked up Splunk, okay, to learn Splunk, to how to use Splunk. But now, learning how to use Splunk is not enough for you to get a job, as a SOC analyst, for example. No, it's not enough. What is the right thing that you need to do? You need to have solved business problems using Splunk. So you see, when you go for an interview, this is why it's called the ultimate job formula, because once you go for an interview, they will not ask you, do you know how to use Splunk? Even if they ask you that question. Oh, do you know how to use Splunk? Oh, you'll be so excited. Yes. Yes, I know how to use Splunk. I downloaded it myself. I installed it myself. I did 2-3 things. I spent the last 2 weeks or a month learning how to use Splunk. Okay, fantastic. That's beautiful. Okay, can you tell me, if a business is, experiencing threats or they are doing, there's a maximum number of attempts on a particular account, how can you use Splunk to identify blah, 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 and they ask you that kind of question. Real life example, real life question. Most people will not, like I can tell you categorically, people will not know how to do it because they've learned the technology, they've not gained experience. So you say you know how to use Power BI as a data analyst. Okay, tell me a time you have used Power BI to solve a critical problem within your business. How do you answer that question? Oh, you know how to use you know how to do some machine learning as a data scientist, or you know how to build a data pipeline. So can you walk me through one of the most difficult challenges, problems, or projects you've worked on? That's where people lose out. I do a lot of recruitment, okay? So I work with quite a number of startups across the world at the moment. So I do more startup consulting at the moment. And I recruit for this organization, or I'm always on the panel when they are recruiting. And I'll tell you categorically, people just learn. But you ask them, okay, tell me how you've used this before, okay? And you see people you don't even know how to answer that kind of question, okay? And that's going back to the next thing, employability. So when you're learning, don't learn in isolation of experience, all right? Don't learn in isolation of experience. Now, I'm pretty sure all of you are asking the question, how do I gain experience? How do I get this experience? I will tell you, don't worry. Don't worry, that's why I'm here. I have all the, I won't say I have all the answers, but I have some of the answers, all right? So the next thing is employability skills. That's where you have your CV review or revamp. So revamp, you're saying that you've not done anything in tech before and you want to get a job in tech. You've always been a teacher. The last 5 years of your life, you've been working as a physics teacher, or you've been working as a chemistry teacher, English, maths, or whatever teacher you've been doing, but you want to get a job in tech. That's a revamp. You need to revamp your past experience, tailor it into career path you want to get into. A review is you are kind of doing what it is, okay, but maybe it's not in line with it. Maybe you're doing like IT tech support, okay, but you were looking to get into data analytics. How do you move from that tech support into data analytics? It's going to be a review, okay? So it's still a good role, it's still in the tech space, but it's not in line with what you're looking for. So you need a review, essentially. All right? Or you're working as a data analyst, you want to get a job as a data engineer. It's a review you need to do, not a revamp. Now, looking at LinkedIn optimization, also need to optimize your LinkedIn profile, and mentorship, career coaching, interview preparation, having a stellar portfolio, and job reference. These are the things that you need to get a job. Now, looking at it, one of the major things I would like to talk about the most here, because I would say this is another major CV is I would say is the major determinant, is number one of the major reasons people don't get a job. Number two is interview preparation. Now, if I should ask you, tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself. Okay? Tell me about yourself. How would you answer this question? About yourself. Okay? How do you answer this question? So it might not come off like this. It might not come out directly like, tell me about yourself. It could be, oh, can you introduce yourself? Can we meet you? How do you introduce yourself? Oh, my name is Shegun. I don't know. Shegun just comes to my mouth today. I don't know. So if you're Shegun in the house, it's not intentional. All right. My name is Shegun. I'm the fourth son to 7 children of my father. I grew up in Igbara. That's not good. That's not important. Like I've heard a lot of people say this. All right. It's not introduce yourself. Oh, I went to school in Ibadan. After finishing my school, I did my service year. And after my service year, I got a job working as a teacher. While I was a teacher, I taught SS1 to SS3, mathematics and statistics. You're not selling yourself. You're not selling yourself. So tell me about yourself. The first question, usually going to be the first question that will be asked, asked whenever you're doing an interview, is the most crucial question that you need to answer when you're doing an interview. Now, what do you say? Let me teach you so you know, at least you'll learn something again from today's session. So number one, I'm going to say it. There are 4 things that you need to talk about. 4 things, 4 critical things. S is the first one. E is the next. A is the next. And T is the next one. So it's called the seat approach. So number one, talk about your skills. Number 2, talk about your experience. Okay? I shall give myself more space here. Okay? Number 3, talk about your achievement. Now, I'm pretty sure all of you will be like, I don't have any experience. I don't have any achievement. Okay, but at least you know the type of person that you are. You know the type of person that you are. So, you see, if you don't have experience, you don't have any key achievements you've had in your experience, why should they give you the job? Be honest with yourself. Why should they give you the job? So that's where it comes back again to that technical skills. Okay? So it's your technical skills, your experience, your project-based experience that eventually gets you that role that you're looking for. Because this is your key highlights, your experience. Tell me about yourself. Oh, talk about your skills. Okay, goes back to technical skills. Talk about your experience, goes back to your technical experience, your achievement. So when you're working as a data analyst, or the project you worked on as a data analyst, you build a dashboard. Now that dashboard, what was the impact of that dashboard to the business you built it for? Oh, I built an Arsenal dashboard. Oh, I built a something dashboard. What was the impact of that dashboard you built? Tell me, did it improve process? Did it improve customer? Did it improve sales? Did it improve? What did it improve? What did it, what was the impact of that your work you did? That's exactly where you are lacking. Okay, so today at least you've learned something. The other one is what we call scenario based. I'm still going to be talking about interview preparation. The second one is scenario based question. Scenario based question. Okay, so guys, bear in mind that this session that I'm having today, that is free of charge, typically it's supposed to be paid, but you see, we are doing a great job just educating people first off. Okay, so scenario based question. This one is another 4 techniques that you have to also do. So scenario-based question are questions that sound like this. Tell me a time you have done X, Y, Z. Tell me a time you prepared a report and that report was generally accepted by the management organization or management team. Tell me a time you've worked with a difficult boss. Tell me a time you did an analysis and the data was wrong. Tell me a time you built a network simulation. Tell me a time you did this. That's exactly what they call scenario-based question. Now, if you don't have technical skills, okay, you don't have any project-based experience, you will find it very difficult to answer this question. Hence the reason why people are not getting jobs. Now, how do you answer scenario-based question? You also have a technique called the STAR technique. Okay, STAR. Okay, STAR. So number 1, talk about the situation. Okay, number 1, talk about the situation. Number 2, talk about the task you performed. Number 3, talk about the action you took. And number 3, talk about the results. Go back to the same thing, talk about results. Okay? You see how interesting this is? You see how interesting this is? That's exactly what gets people the job. So when you ask, tell me the time you worked with a difficult manager as a project manager, or you worked with a difficult stakeholder as a business analyst, how would you answer this question? Do you just say that, oh, I remember in my past experience, my God did not want to, no, don't say that, okay? It's talk about the situation first. Okay, we had this particular project where we were, looking at collaborating with 4 brands in order for us to carry out a marketing campaign. And in order for us to work with 4 brands, each brand had their own unique management that was representing the team. So working with these 4 management, one of them was very difficult. He had a different opinion to how we should carry out the marketing campaign. That is an actual experience. You've sold a situation. Now, what was the task? And what was the action? And how did you resolve it? That's exactly what people want to see when you're answering interview questions. Okay, so these are the interesting things that you need to learn, and this is the ultimate job formula. Technical skills plus employability skills equals to what? Equals to your job offer. Let's go. Equals to your job offer. Equals to your job. See, it's not that hard though. Like, it's actually not as difficult as you think it is. Okay, technical skills plus your employability skills. Like, you go to an interview and they just want to keep listening to you. That is employability. That's not just, it's an art, okay? It's an art, A-R-T, okay? That's what gets you the job, all right? So these are the things that you need to learn. And that's why we're doing this, having this conversation to get you started. If you're enjoying yourself, guys, give me a thumbs up. So you see, we've not gotten to remote roles, though. We're not gotten to, I want to get a remote job. I want to get a sponsorship job. You see where we are going to. You see where we started from. What skills do you need? What skills will get you the job, first of all? Okay, from the skills to what will guarantee you to get the job at the end of the day. So you see a lot of people just applying. Okay? You see all the things that we've put together. The only question people would ask is, where do I apply for a sponsorship job? Where can I get a sponsorship job? You only follow people online. Only people that will tell you places to go and apply for remote jobs. And you carry your laptop, oh yeah, I'm applying. How do you think you're going to get a job if you don't have the technical skills, you don't have the employability skills? It's going to be very, very, it's like passing a truck inside the eye of a needle. It's impossible. You can't. You're just going to be throwing as much trials to see what sticks at the end of the day. So let's jump into it. So what did I use to get my first job? I talked about how I was able to move from the warehouse role to get to my first business intelligence role. What did I use? Let me show you what I used. I used an Arsenal dashboard. Arsenal. So I'm an Arsenal fan, and I'm going to share this with you. Okay. I think the first time I shared it was last week. That was the first time ever in my 10 years of doing this kind of sessions, okay, that I was going to ever share this particular situation. Okay. So I'm going to share this. I'm going to use my LinkedIn profile to share it because I posted it on LinkedIn so that people will get to see it. So, all right. So you see this dashboard, everybody says I don't have experience. So what did I use in getting this experience, to getting my first job? It was this particular work I did. So you see, I did this and I posted it a couple of years later. So it's saying this to the start of the Premier League. I'm an Arsenal fan and decided to play around with data from Bet365 to determine what to expect this season. Now, nobody sent me this work. Nobody told me to go and do this work. I liked data. I wanted to work on any type of data that I saw, and I went ahead to do it. And I did the analysis and so on and so forth, and I posted it online. Guess what? It's not the finest dashboard. It wasn't beautiful. Like back then, I was so proud of myself. People online, if you see the comments back then, people say, this is amazing. This is fantastic. I'm impressed. So you see, this is one of the people that I actually owe to a very high extent. So this Mary, way to go, Ifemena. This is really good. Excited about how far you've come and the future holds. You've been able to turn to and those are the comments, and people, I was actually impressed with myself. But guess what? This was the report that I used to get to my job. This report doesn't look fantastic. Yes, 100%. I mean, it's not the greatest. But now, you see, the funny thing here is, or the interesting thing is, when they asked me about my experience, okay, I was able to show them something. They were looking for someone that knows how to implement, but they were looking at someone to come in to implement Power BI, okay, for the organization, like organization-wide. So, I showed them the things I've done, okay, Power BI. Right, and I built the report and I showed them that, okay, yes, this is what I did. I'm an Arsenal fan. I was in Ireland back then. So, I'm an Arsenal fan. I found it was interesting for me to show them. I walked them through the process of how I got the data from Bet365. I cleaned the data. You did a bit of transformation, did a bit of automation, and I, did the reporting. Also published it to Power BI service. Also automated it on Power BI service. And I did all those things, and I walked them through it, and it was interesting. They had not seen any even report like this in Power BI, and they were so excited that I got the job. Now, a couple of years, obviously, with this, me knowing this, I said, okay, it'd be like say I have cracked the code. I know what people need, so I started helping other people. I started teaching other people how to use. So I built another entirely dashboard, the same Arsenal dashboard. All right, but this time around, it's slightly a lot better. It's slightly better. It's more automated. It is a lot more automated. It's a lot better. It's the visualizations and the things that I used, the DAX that I wrote in order for it to make it so automated. Everything was different. So obviously it was better. So, and that's one of the reasons why, people working, you need projects to get a job. You need to work on projects. It doesn't mean that when they talk about experience and you need 2 to 3 years experience, it doesn't mean that you went to the office, you got a job, or you had a title, data analyst, cybersecurity analyst, and you worked on that role for 2 years in order for you to apply for that job. That's not what it means. Okay? So if at the back of your mind today, you feel like, oh, I don't have years of experience, that's the reason why that's the packaging that we talked about. And that's exactly what we provide for you at the end of the day. So, I moved to business intelligence. That was the first role I did. I wanted to move from business intelligence to data science, okay, to get a job as a data scientist. What did I do? Because I knew what I did to get the first job, I started working on projects. So from computer vision to machine learning to let me show you this particular one. Okay, this is a very interesting project I built. All right, and I posted it again online. You'll see it if you follow me. If you ever check my profile on LinkedIn, you like, and you scroll down, you'll likely see this. So this is a computer vision project I worked on, data science, where you can use your hands, fingers to change the volume settings or on your laptop. These are the things, using your fingers. It's not me using my mouse, okay? It's using my fingerprint, my fingers to increase and reduce the volume on my laptop. So you see, these are personal projects that I worked on, that I used to secure opportunities in data science. Same thing I did in data engineering, same thing I did for Power Platform engineering, and so on and so forth. So if today you're looking at it like, oh, I don't have experience, my friend, today, go and start working on projects. Start building very interesting projects. Now, I'm pretty sure some people are not as, very, very, excited or, as creative as myself or something, okay? And you don't know where to even get this data. We'll talk about that. So where do I apply for sponsorship jobs? Now, you see where we've come from and where we have gotten to. Now, this is where everybody wants to get to. I want to be able to apply for sponsored jobs. I want to be able to apply for remote opportunities. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about in a few minutes. All right, so I think I've done 1 hour now, so you're in about 30 minutes. I'll be wrapping up in the next 30, maximum ridiculously 40 minutes, okay? So if you enjoy yourself so far, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, unless I'm not telling you sponsorship jobs. This is a threat, okay? I'm just joking, I'm just messing with you, okay? All right, fantastic. So popular sponsorship job websites. Now, if you're looking for, if you know somebody in the US or you're looking to get in, the H-1B visa in the US, I would say without a doubt, these are the sites that you need to visit today. All right. But you see all the things that we've done before we get to apply for sponsorship jobs that guarantees you to get an offer. So what you need to do now is this is the site I would recommend, H1B, H1B info.org. That's H1B info.org. Just go and type it on Google, it will come out. So it will tell you H1B salary data for 2024 and all past years of employer, job title, city, and etc. So if I scroll down, so you can see now H1B salary highlight for 2024. H1B highlight for 2024. So you see, it will tell you the top sponsors, the top organization that sponsors people's visa in the US, the top organization you should be targeting. Okay, don't just go and target any organization for sponsorship. This will literally create a strategy for you to apply to certain organization. So now look at the first. The number one, the top employer that has sponsored people so far this year is Ernst & Young in the US. Ernst & Young has sponsored the most people with about 1,749 people so far this year. Amazon also has done the same thing, 1,658 roles. Google has done the same thing. Microsoft, Tata Consulting, Cognizant Technology. We have people working. When I was looking at this list before the session, I was actually impressed because I'd helped people in the past get jobs in the UK, US, in this particular set of organization. So if you look at them, okay, and these are the jobs you need to sponsor, that would likely sponsor you if you apply to them. So what you do essentially is just go to their website and start to look for opportunities in that organization. It's as simple as that. So if you're looking for a job at the moment, go to Ernst & Young, go to their job portal and look for jobs on the portal. Tailor your CV, have the right skills, all the things that we talked about, apply. I can tell you, you are likely going to get an offer. Okay? So the next one is job. Now, if you don't have a skill yet, or you're still contemplating, you're still that person that is, today you're doing data analytics, tomorrow you're doing software engineering. So look at the rules. So top H1B jobs 2024. There are plenty anyways, but you see it here. Software engineering is a top, obviously. Okay, but like I said, the time it takes you to learn, and it's not a skill that is easy to learn. Okay, so that's the reason why it's not one of the things that we're talking about, because of our of the things around learning software engineering, okay, and software developer. So you see that you scroll, if you just keep going down, you see the next one is data engineer, 296. You have data scientist, and if you click on view all, okay, which let me just quickly check it out so you can see everything in there. So you see software engineer, software developer, you see data engineer, you see data scientist, you see business analyst, you see project manager. All right, you'll see quite a number of roles. There are roles that are just term analyst. So you would also see different type of analytical roles in there. And you can actually go back in time and see the jobs that are always in demand. If you take a look at this, it's still the same software engineers, you'll see associates, analysts, data engineers, data scientists, and so on and so forth. So position yourself is the best thing that can happen to you. You would also see the cities that receive the most sponsorship. That's, the companies that are sponsoring people in what city. New York is the largest, Seattle is the next, and you have them all scattered across the US. So you want to position yourself, apply for jobs where the cities that give the most sponsorships, okay? So those are the things that will tailor your sponsorship journey. So rather than you just going on a specific site to look for jobs, target them based on their past experience. So top H1B sponsors in 2024, that's exactly, once you click, Ernst & Young is the number one, Amazon is number two, Google, Microsoft, Tata, and a lot of you will feel like it's difficult to get into this organization, but with proper preparation, you can get a job in this organization. So 2023 is the same thing. You see, you can look at, keep going back, Infosys is another one that is also very big, even in the UK, all right, Apple, and so on and so forth. So I would say without a doubt, getting to this website gives you a very holistic view of how you can build a strategy applying for sponsored jobs in the US. The other one is Visa Jobs HQ, okay? Visa Jobs HQ. So this one will give you visa sponsorship jobs literally anywhere in the world, majorly UK, US, and Canada. Visa Jobs HQ jobs. So just go online, type it, and you can check it out. So you see Visa Jobs HQ, International Job Forum. So this is where you get quite a number of newsletters, number one source of international jobs in the US, UK, Canada, Europe, Middle East, blah, 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 that sponsor work visas for highly skilled international candidates all over the globe. So this is a good resource for you if you're looking for a sponsorship job. And this is free of charge. We're not charging you for this, right? So you see, everything is there for you to get started, okay? Now, the next one is JobRite. JobRite is an AI tool, okay? It's an AI software, AI application, okay, that helps you automate your job application process. Now, this is solely for the guys in the US. So if you're looking to apply for sponsorship jobs, they literally do that for you. All you need to give them is your CV, and the AI tool would help you with your job application process. Literally, all right. It's an amazing application, and for me to recommend it, I will tell you for free that it's something that it's worth investing in. So JobRite, just check it out. JobRite.ai. Okay, giving your platform. It's obviously paid. So obviously, if it is paid, obviously you're in the US, the subscription is not that. I don't think it's not that. It's not going to break your bank. It's just going to be a price of a burger. That's it. So you can check out Visa Door and also Simply Hired, okay, for the guys in the US. If you're looking for sponsorship jobs, I think those are the platforms you should check out. Now, for Canada, Visa Job HQ is also still there. All right, Visa Jobs HQ is also there. Now, for Canada, this is a very interesting one. So they have the LMIA list, okay, LMIA, Limia. So I provided the link here for you. So all you need to do, once you click on the link, and this is the reason why I'm telling you to fill the attendance, okay? Once you fill the attendance, you get access to these materials. You can click on them and check them out yourself and read through them and get all the information that you need, okay? So please fill the attendance. So my colleagues have dropped the attendance on the what I call it, in the chat section. So just ensure you fill the attendance, and that's all. You get access to the materials. Now, moving on to this temporary, you see that this is positive labor market impact assessment employers list. This is also strategic. The reason why we're doing this is looking for employers that sponsor. Okay, looking for employers. Don't just go on the job site and start applying for different jobs, hoping that it will strategically just convert at the end of the day. So what you're going to do, you're looking for the list, the most up-to-date list of sponsors, people that are actually sponsoring organizations, sponsoring companies in Canada at the moment. So take it down to the bottom where you have This is April to June 2024. Employers who were issued a positive labor market impact assessment by, by what they call it, by program stream. So to give you all the information, okay, what you're looking for is the English version. So what you want to do is, you see, this is English, this is French. All you need to do is English, download it. Now, this is strategic in the sense that it will tell you the organizations, where they are located, and all the information that you need. I'm going to open up the Excel file so you can see it also. All right. And it's a very detailed application, detailed document that contains so many information about people that have got, organizations that have, it's an Excel sheet. Okay. So you see, I'm going to enable, okay. And this is it. Okay. Now I'm going to apply a filter to this. I'm going to apply a filter to this so I can show you what it is. So now, take for example, let's say we're looking at data analyst, okay, or whatever the role is. Okay, so I'll say, let me just say data. All right, so you see data entry clerks, data scientists, database analysts, and data administrators. So Canada has really now updated their terminologies. So if you're looking for a certain career path, you might need to know the NOC code, okay, your NOC code. So once you know that, okay, I just said for the word data because data analyst, data scientist, everything falls into that. The data engineer, everybody. Database administrator is literally data engineer, okay? So it falls into any data professional falls into this. So click on OK, and you can start to see organizations that have scored a positive LMIA, meaning that they've sponsored somebody through a program, okay, in Canada. So if you're looking at this Nova Scotia, this Quebec. Now this one, Nova Scotia, this one was the program stream. This is the program stream in here, okay? Program stream, I'm going to just give it a light yellow so you can see it very well. Okay, so you see the program stream. I'm going to bold in it also so it's clear, okay? So there's a program stream they called iWage. If you've never heard of it, you can just Google it. Google it. I think that's all right. Global talent stream is the fastest way for you to relocate to Canada. To be honest with you, it takes you about 2 weeks once you get a job offer from a company that has this positive LMIA, that has been granted in the past. It's easy for them to bring you in. It takes about 2 weeks for them to for you to get your visa. About 2 weeks. Faster, even faster than studies, faster than PR, faster than everything. All right, global talent stream. So you also have the iWage, you have the global talent stream, and you can see the different ways they've come in just this year, just April to June this year. So you see database analysts, database scientists, data scientists, so on and so forth. And you can do that for any career path. And you see, this is where we talk about the in-demand skills. Learn the skills that people are looking for. Position yourself properly, and that's what gets you what you're looking at. Okay, I'm not going to say this because I don't need that. Okay, so now let's move on. I'm spending a bit more time. UK is the same thing. You have the UK visa jobs, you have the NHS jobs, you have company jobs, and these are other sites for Canada, Ontario for Ontario sponsored jobs. Wokopolis, then the government job bank is another very good place for you to look for a job in Canada. For visa sponsorship, like literally visa sponsorship. Now for UK, it's UK visa sponsored jobs, NHS, and company jobs, and also the list of sponsored jobs, sponsors in the UK. Very important. Don't just throw and hope if I like it. Israel will say that I aim at fire, like aim properly. Look for organizations that sponsor. Don't just apply to every organization that you see on the job board. Target organizations that have been sponsoring. So you see this, I provided you the list of LMIA for Canada, also the H1 visa, the companies that are list of companies that are sponsoring, okay? And also for the UK, this is a list of licensed sponsors in the UK. So if you click on this also, it takes you to the list of organizations that have sponsored people in the UK. So you see it here, register of licensed sponsors, workers. So all you need to do also, scroll down and you would see the list. Let's just click on this. It's going to download the document and it's give you the list of organizations that are sponsored. All right. So to tell you the type of the type and rating, and the route. So you see skilled worker, creative worker, skilled worker, skilled worker, skilled worker, skilled worker, and this is the name of the organization itself. So you can literally do what? Look at the town and the city where you are, okay, and search it. Search for it. Apply a filter and search. So if you're based in Manchester, okay, and you're looking for sponsors in companies that sponsor in Manchester. Okay, so you're looking at Manchester, so you see Greater Manchester, Greater Manchester, Greater Manchester. So just search for the keyword Manchester, and you see the list of organizations that can sponsor in Manchester, and it's a lot of organizations. So target organizations that would sponsor you at the end of the day. Okay, so that's exactly what we're doing for sponsorship jobs. So these are like the list, okay, that has helped myself, helped other people secure sponsorship jobs across the world, US, Canada, and the UK. Now, for popular job boards, I also provided this for you as add-on. So if you apply for jobs in the UK and you're based in the UK, you look for a job, these are job sites that you can get to work with. For Canada, these are also job sites that you can get to work with: LinkedIn, Indeed, Talent.com, Career Builder, Simply Hired, Eluta, Google Jobs, and so on and so forth. US, the same thing. These are job boards where you can actually go to look for remote roles and also full-time opportunities and so on. Now, for remote opportunities, I'm pretty sure that's what everybody's looking for. So when do you apply for remote jobs? So LinkedIn, we have LinkedIn. We have built-in, we have Upwork, Remote School, FlexJob, Glassdoor, Remote.co, Working Nomads, Skip the Drive, Europe Remotely, Fiverr, Job Expresso, so on and so forth. But now, what we have done at Amdari is to get all the jobs coming from this platform into an exclusive job board for you. Now, let me show you. So what we have done, I'll repeat it, is to get the jobs, remote jobs, not any jobs, remote jobs from this platform, and provided it on the Amdari platform. So rather than you going to all these job sites, looking for remote jobs, we have provided everything on the Amdari website. So I'm going to show you that in a few seconds. Okay, I'm going to show you that in a few seconds. So give me a second. Let me share my other screen. So you see, we're trying our best to see how we can help you get into the career part of the choice, making it easy as possible. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go to my job board. So you see the job board here. So what we've done, like I said, I'm going to share this portfolio with you in a few minutes. Okay, discover jobs worldwide, find top jobs from LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, and beyond. So we're getting jobs from Simply Hired, GitHub, Glassdoor, Career Builder, LinkedIn, Well-Found, FlexJob, and so on and so forth. My browser is acting very slow this time around. This is another browser. This is my main browser, the other browser I get to work with. Okay, fantastic. So it's up and running. So what we have done is to make it easy, create a one-stop shop, okay, where you can actually apply for these jobs. So what you've done now, what you can easily do is just come on, once you are part of the platform, you will get access to this exclusive remote job board where you can apply for remote jobs. Okay, it's exclusive just for people that are within the Amdari platform. You get access to it. So rather than you going to all these job sites, what we have done is automate it to bring it into our platform to have everything in one place for your convenience for applying for remote opportunities across the world. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up if you think that's interesting. So rather than you going to like 10 sites at the same time, everything is in one place, one-stop shop. All right. Fantastic. I love this. We're wrapping up in the next few minutes. So, all right. So now let's go ahead. Okay, what are the job prospects for this career path? What are the job prospects? So if I want to go into data science today, what are the opportunities for me? If I go into business analysis, what are the opportunities for me? Are there opportunities there for me? Let's go. All right, so business analysis, when you're looking at business analysis, what are the job prospects for you as a business analyst? So most people really think linearly in the sense that if I learn business analysis, I become a business analyst and nothing more. So after business analysis, that's all. So for business analysis, what are the key technologies you need to focus on? Excel, SQL, Jira, ChatGPT, Azure DevOps, Power BI, Draw.io, Lucidchart, and many more. Okay, but like these are like the top tools that you need to get to work with. So for business analysts, for business analysis, what career paths can you get into? Business analysis, business data analyst, process analyst, function analyst, business systems analyst, operations analyst. So you see, there are so many roles in there. And that's the ease of transitioning. So you're not just applying for one type of job, you're applying for several types of job because you can do it. You've done it and you can do it. Now, for Agile Project Manager, what tools and technologies do you work with? You have Confluence, you have Jira, you have Trello, you have Microsoft projects, you have Slack, Notion, you get to work with ClickUp and so on. So what are the things that you get to work with? What other roles can you apply for? Agile Program Manager, Agile Project Manager, Agile Scrum Master, Scrum Master, Lean Agile Coach, Scrum Master, Technical Scrum Master, Agile Coach. There are so many roles in there that you could actually go into. Okay. Now moving on to cybersecurity. Same thing. What roles can you do if you're a cybersecurity analyst and you've learned Wireshark, you've learned Splunk, you've learned Cisco Packet Tracer, you've learned Microsoft Defender, Burp Suite, IP Info, Zap, Kali Linux, you've learned all these technologies. What are the job opportunities for me in cybersecurity? So you also have cybersecurity analysts. You can get a job as a SOC analyst, as a penetration tester, information security analyst, GRC is there. You also have incident response and incident response analyst, network security engineer, change management analyst, so on and so forth. All right. Now, moving on again, data analytics, data science, and data engineering. What opportunities are there for me? So if I learn data analytics, most people just feel like you become a data analyst and that's the end of the world. And that's the reason why they don't want to learn it, because they feel it is crowded. Everybody's a data analyst. But that's wrong also. What other opportunities are there for you? After you've learned Excel, Power BI, you've learned SQL, Tableau, Microsoft Fabric, ChatGPT for analytics, Microsoft Power Platform. What are the opportunities there for you? Data analyst, product analyst, business intelligence analyst, supply chain analyst, procurement analyst, sales analyst. The roles are limitless. The opportunities in there. Okay, so it's not just you becoming a data analyst. You can actually work as a supply chain analyst or a logistics analyst or operations analyst, sales analyst, customer insights analyst. There are so many roles. Okay, something with data science. You can apply for majority of the roles as a data analyst. Okay, you could also apply for data science roles, data forecasting analyst, big data analyst, market research analyst, machine learning engineer, computer vision, engineer, and so on and so forth. Data engineering, the same thing. You learn your Python, Linux, ChatGPT, AWS, GCP, Azure, GitHub, Microsoft, your SQL, your Draw.io, so on and so forth. So once you learn a DBT and the rest of them, so Talent and all the applications that you get to work with, Databricks. There are so many applications in there that you can work with data engineering. So you become a data engineer. You could also work as an AWS cloud engineer, GCP cloud engineer, Azure cloud engineer, ETL developer, analytics engineer. The list of jobs are in there that are available for you once you have the skills. Do you understand? This is the beauty of it. Now, the other thing also, the last two career paths is the same thing: HR analysis, financial analytics. What roles can you do after you learn Excel, SQL, Tableau, Microsoft Fabrics, Power BI, and the rest of them? So you can apply for HR analyst roles, people analyst, talent analyst, workforce planning analyst, benefits analyst, compensation analyst, reward analyst, so on and so forth. So it's not just I learned HR, and now there are other opportunities in there. Okay, so financial analytics, the same thing. You can get a job as a financial analyst, corporate financial analyst, investment analyst, commercial analyst, credit analyst, pricing analyst, financial planning. So many roles in there. So the key thing is, how do you position yourself? That's the key question. How do you position yourself? That's the most interesting question. All right, I can see Mike writes is enjoying himself. Oh, fantastic. I'm enjoying myself too. I'm even enjoying myself with the way you, with your interaction. That's fantastic. I love it. All right. So, if you remember, this is where we're going to be wrapping it up. Those roles require you to have 2 to 3 years of experience. Majority of those roles that you want to apply to today will require you to have 2 to 3 years of experience. But now the interesting thing, that's why we're having this session, so we can talk. So that we can talk. Now, 2 to 3 years of experience. You only learned this tool for maybe the last 3 months. You've been learning. You've gone on Udemy, you've gone on Coursera, you've been learning. But these people require you to have 2 to 3 years of experience, but you only be learning for like 4 months, 5 months. How do you get 2 to 3 years of experience? That's the question. Now, most people actually think that, getting what I got it. Most people actually think experience means that I got a job and I was working in that job. I woke up early in the morning, I carried my work bag, my work laptop, and I went to the office to work. So that's what most people think as work experience. Because the word work is there, most people think that they got a job. You must have been working in that job before. But that's not what it means. That's not what work experience is. Work experience could be you worked on a project, a side project that is your own. Okay? So now let me tell you a very simple, let me just put a very simple question, a simple one. Okay? Somebody's working as a data analyst in an organization, okay, where they are analyzing web traffic in the sense that data is coming from the website. The person is in charge of the website is analyzing the web traffic and so on and so forth. Now we have another person that is not working in the job, does not even have a job, okay, but was able to connect to a website and do the analysis and do this almost the same work that person is doing, okay. The other person can claim work experience in the sense that I did this thing, I did it. I use Power BI to connect to a website, to Google Analytics, to do the analysis, and this is the things I observed, and this was my recommendation to the business. Person B did not have a job. The person B just decided to do it. Okay, I have a friend of mine that has a website. I want to be able to analyze the person's traffic on the website. That is also work experience. You can use that work experience as your actual hands-on experience. That's exactly what people like. You see with my Arsenal dashboard. My Arsenal dashboard was my own personal project. But guess what? That was what I used in landing my first job. Okay? Nobody said to me, but it just showed that I knew how to use the tool, and I've used it to solve a particular problem already. That's exactly what the case is. So 2 to 3 years of experience, how do you maneuver it? That's the reason why we started the work experience program at Amdari. Okay, that's why we started the work experience program at Amdari. So what we're doing now here is, I mentioned earlier that I have a couple of partnerships. I have a couple of, I've worked with quite a number of startups in the UK, US, Canada, Nigeria, and across Africa, Kenya, and the rest of the African countries. So I've worked with these people. Okay, and also what we have done is to secure partnership with them. Okay, secure partnership with these organizations. Now, partnership in the sense that they are obliged to give us their business challenges. Give us your business challenges. Okay, business challenges. So, what are the current challenges that is going on in your business? Give it to Amdari. We have people that are looking to build their work experience. We have people that we are looking to help Africans gain experience, get into the tech space. So give us your business challenges. We want to work with your business challenges. So the only thing is just that we don't get their personal information. We don't share their personal information. So the name of the business, you might not get to know the name of the business or the things that you're going through, okay? Or any other information that you might use to place it back to them. Okay, so we don't share those personal information. So you get to only work on the business challenge itself. So moving on to the next thing. So once you get that, once we get those challenges, we assign it to the team. Okay, we assign it to the team, and then this is what happens in there. So once they give us the business challenge, once they give us their business challenge that, okay, this is what we're going through. Our website traffic has been dwindling in the last 6 months. So this is the data, this is the business challenges. The same thing could be cybersecurity. Oh, this is the challenges that is going on with our platform. We get all these business challenges and we bring it to the team. So once you get into the work experience program, you are assigned into a team of 3 to 5 people. So that's going to be you and 2 other people, or you and 4 other people. So you're going to be assigned into a team, and that business challenge from the business would be assigned to you. Okay. will be assigned to you and your team for you guys to work on it together, collectively or individually, depending on how you guys work. Now, every project will be handled in an agile framework, using the agile framework. Okay, so every project, so you also will be getting that agile. Everybody's talking about working in an agile environment. You'll be getting that first-hand agile experience, deploying a data analytics project, data science, data engineering, project management, business analysis, cybersecurity. All of them will be handled in that agile methodology framework, agile framework. Now, every team is also assigned a coach. Okay, every team is assigned a coach, because obviously you've not created this kind of solutions before in the past, so you really don't know how to get it done. So we assign you a coach, your team a coach, and that coach provides you with guidance, support, and hands-on, any form of technical support that you need. The person is a technical person, so the SME, the subject matter expert, would be assigned to your team to work with you on the project, giving you that chance of real-time, real-life experience. So it could be a fintech project, it could be FMCG, it could be consulting, it could be anything really, okay? And we get to work sustainability, it could be anything really, any kind of project. So we bring in the project, we assign it to you, you work on the project, you're assigned a coach to work with you on the project, and that's exactly where you start to build that hands-on experience in getting you where you need to do. So once you're done with the project, a typical project is going to take you about 2 to 3 weeks, okay? The project is likely going to take you 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how extensive the project is. It's going to take you about 2 to 3 weeks. So in 2 to 3 weeks, at the end of the project, your team is going to have a presentation. There is going to be an evaluation of the reports that you built. Now, that recommendation you're giving the business is giving back to the business. So we are running a consulting company, essentially. So it's a consulting company where you are working as a tech consultant. Okay, so the business challenges are given to you, work on it. So it could be for data analytics, to be data and analytics projects or challenges rather. It will be data science challenges, it could be data engineering challenges, and all this are brought together to give you that real life experience. So when you go out and you want to talk about your experience, you can talk extensively about the kinds of projects you've worked on. Oh, I've worked on an FMCG project. Oh, I've worked on a fintech project. Oh, I've worked on a supply chain project. Oh, I've worked with a startup based in the UK. That's exactly how you can use that experience in getting the job. Experience is everything at the end of the day. So once you get all this experience, okay, once you work on all these projects and you deliver on all these projects, you can add that project to your portfolio, okay? You can add the project to your portfolio, and you also get a LinkedIn recommendation from the team on the project that you worked on. Now, you can get to add, this experience. You can put it on your CV that you work with Amdari. They are currently working as a data analyst, data scientist, data engineer, and cybersecurity analyst with Amdari, okay? Now, work experience on demand. Whenever you apply for a job and they need you to provide you with recommendation letter, work reference, we will provide that for you. Last but not the least, use experience during interviews. So you see those scenario-based questions we talked about earlier. Tell me about a time you've done X, Y, Z, okay? Tell me a time you've done X, Y, Z. Tell me how you've solved this particular kind of problem in the past. You can use this experience in answering those questions during the interview. And that's essentially what we did, okay? That's exactly what you get. One of the major benefits of you doing this work experience program, all right? So number one, what we're going to help you with is rebranding, okay? So using project-based experience and also employability skills. So for Amdari, you're going to work on, in the period of 3 months, you work on 6 to 8 projects, industry-based projects, real-life projects, real business challenges projects. Number two, work with cross-functional team. Okay, so work with finance, work with HR, work with supply chain, work with operations, work with sales. You get to work with cross-functional teams, okay, to solve real business challenges. Next one is multiple industry experience. So you find out that if you're looking to transition into the tech space, you apply for different type of roles. You apply for banking, you apply for fintech, you're applying for supply chain, you're applying for logistics, you're applying for sales, you're applying for marketing. There's so many roles out there, so many industries. How do you get multiple industry experience? That's exactly what we provide to you. All right. Multiple role experience. We talked about cybersecurity. You could apply to a role of cybersecurity analyst, SOC analyst, threat intelligence, penetration testing. How do you get experience across multiple roles at the same time? That's exactly what we provide for you. All right. Multiple technology experience. So you don't have to use Power BI, but it's Power BI a standalone tool. How do you use Power BI with the Power Platform? How do you make Power BI with SQL, with some other automation tool? How do you combine the use of technology together to solve real world problems? That's exactly what we provide to you. Teamwork, obviously teamwork and project collaboration, they would likely ask you questions. Tell me the time you've succeeded working with a team. How do you handle team projects, blah, blah, blah. Most organizations will ask you this question. How do you answer it if you've never done it before? Increase confidence in future roles, networking opportunities. These are the things that we help you with getting started. Last but not the least, employability skills. So we'll do one-on-one CV review and revamp. We'll do one-on-one LinkedIn optimization, one-on-one mentorship, okay, career coaching, interview preparation, access to that remote job board I talked about, online portfolio builder. So rather than you going to learn how to build a website, what we have done is to make it easy for you to build your portfolio online. So you see, once you create an account on Amdari, you have access to the portfolio page. Now, this is an actual portfolio. I'm going to share this, okay? All right, this is the portfolio page that you're going to have. So it's automated. Once you create an account, you can also create your own portfolio. So you see, this is a data engineer. This is Omomi. This is the CTO's profile. Okay, Omomi Victoria Something. And you see this in there. You can see the project she's worked on, and you can see the tools and technologies all automated in there. The tools, the technologies that you can work with, number of years of experience, total project, and so on and so forth. If you scroll down, projects that I've worked on, you can see all the projects I've worked on, and you can share with people. You can share this profile to your Twitter page, your Facebook, LinkedIn, your WhatsApp. All you need to do is copy this, okay? Copy this. And once you copy it, you can put it on your CV. And once a recruiter clicks on the CV, I'm just going to show you real quick what they'll see, okay? So you can share that profile with an external facility, and you can share it with external people. So this is a different browser. So this is what the recruiter will see. So the recruiter would not see obviously your dashboard, your project, your portfolio, job board. They don't see all those things anymore. It's a dedicated website to your portfolio itself, to your portfolio, and you can get to see the projects that you've worked on. Okay, so your portfolio site. If I click on that again, if you scroll down, you can see all the projects you worked on, your specialization, the tools, and all those things that you have there, the skills that you have, and also they can easily contact you at the end of the day. All right. So these are the things, these are the benefits of you. One of the major easy portfolio builder. All right. So let me show you the project. If you click on project, it takes you. Sorry, give it a second. Shows you the projects the person has worked on. So if I click on this code analysis and I click on view sites, it's going to break it down, okay? The overview of the project, the rationale of the project, the aim of the project, the dashboard that was built, data description that was used, tech project. So this online portfolio builder is so easy to use, making it very, very easy for you to develop your own portfolio. So that's one of the major benefits, again, that you get from the platform. So that online portfolio builder, and you also get a job reference, a work reference, okay? So one-on-one CV review. One person would work with you personally. One person is assigned to you to work with you on your CV. One-on-one LinkedIn profile, one-on-one person, mentorship, coaching, and all that. So personalized service, okay? Personalized services. Now, and that's where we're going to drop it. So if you're looking to getting started, to get this experience, to getting started, that's exactly what we are doing. Just give you the right skills, the right mentorship for you to secure your job in the tech space. So remember, if you don't have the experience, you can't get a job. That's something that we can establish. So if you go on Twitter and you're always downloading free resources, it's not going to work. Okay, so that's exactly where this program comes in, the work experience program. So we have two coming up. We have one starting on the 16th of November 2024. That's next week, Saturday. So the deadline for that closes Tuesday, unfortunately. Okay, so that Tuesday, the last day, we're going to be accepting people into the November cohort. And we also have the 11th of January. So this also, you can register for this and start in January. So you're looking at starting the year on a bang. This is exactly what you can start with. All right. So at the end of it, so if you're looking to get it started, all right. So we're only accepting 10 people, only 10 people for registration. Okay. So if you're looking to get started, it's actually just going to be limited to just the first 10 people that are registered. Okay. So if you're looking to get into the November cohort, you need to register now. Now we have the international experience and we have the Nigerian experience. So if you're outside the country, you fall into the international experience. And if you are in Nigeria, we also have the Nigerian experience. So considerably, the Nigerian experience is considerably cheaper. Okay. So the guys international will get more personalized treatment. Okay. In terms of the things that we offer, all the things that we talked about. So you get more personalized services to the things that you're working on. So it's a 6-month internship, access to the remote job board, online portfolio builder. International work reference is for 2 years. Okay, 2 years. So as long as let's say you're in the UK, for example, and you're looking to get in a job, you can use, even if you get the first one, you move to another job and you need work reference for the second one, you can do that for the period of 2 years. Okay, so keep applying for work reference. We'll provide all that for you. Now, access to employability session, CV review, and so on. Now, the guys in Nigeria doing the work in the Nigerian experience, you only have access to that for 1 year, the work reference. So after 1 year, you start to pay stipend, okay? And that's something that is way more significant. So that's a major difference. So remember, the discount is only for 10 people, the first 10 people to register, only the first 10 people to register. So we only have 10 slots remaining. So if you're looking at getting a 25% discount, all you need to do is register now. Now, the key thing here, the also very interesting thing that we have is you can actually pay in 3 installments. Okay, you can actually pay in 3 installments, making it easy for you to complete your payment. So if you're in let's say you're in the UK looking to pay $300, you can actually pay $100 for 3 months, okay, making it easy for you to get started. So remember, the moment we reach 10 people, we are closing off registration. Even though we say it's going to close on Tuesday next week, if by tomorrow we're able to get the 10 people out of the 100, and currently we have 150 people left on the call, if we're able to get 10 people out of that, that's the end. You can only get accepted into the January cohort. So if you're looking at starting in November, I'll tell you should start that as soon as possible. So at least before the end of the year, you would have gotten like 2 months into, you can use that 2 months to start the new year, to apply, to get jobs, opportunity, change your status for the new year. So those are the things. So let me walk you through the payments. So once you click on the form, once you click on the link, my colleagues will post it in the chat. So all my colleagues in the chat would have posted it in the chat. So all you need to do is click on the link in the chat. Okay, so once you click on the link in the chat, I'm going to post it again to the chat so that you can get access to it. So post it. So once you click on the link, it is called www.amdari.io/internship. So what you see there, this is our actual website. So once you go to Amdari, you go to Rave by Amdari. Okay, Rave by Amdari. That's where you need to be. The only platform that guarantees real work experience through real life projects. The only platform that guarantees real work experience through real life projects. So if you're interested in working on projects, this is the platform. Don't go buy the next course. I'm begging you now. Don't go buy another course. Don't go pay for another boot camp, because if you've learned it before, the only thing that you need to do now is work on projects. Don't go buy a new course. Don't say that, oh, I don't know how to program very well. I'm not very good with Python. I've not been able to, I can't write Python code myself. I've learned Python, but I just need projects. This is exactly what you need. This is where you come in. All right. The only platform that, so what you want to do that is you can go, obviously you can scroll down to read more about the things that we're doing and so on and so forth. So all you need to do is either you click on see more or apply for internship over here. Okay, but let's take a look at more internship. Okay, so you can see all the internship that we have going on at the moment. So once you go there, you'll see this HR analytics, data analytics, data science, data engineering, cybersecurity, HR, financial analytics. So we're only accepting 10 for each of the career paths. So you want to secure this kind of as soon as possible. So if you're looking at data analytics, click on apply now. You see the technologies that you get to work with, okay? You see the technologies that you get to work with, and all the tools that you're working with. So overview of data analytics, what you will gain, so on and so forth, technologies, career opportunities, and all that. So if you want to pay for your program, all you need to do is click on apply now. So this will take you directly to the page where you need to pay. So I'm going to put it in the chat again so you can get access to that, okay? So once you put it there, so that apply for internship. So put in your full name for payment, put in your full name, put in your last name. For gender, you click the drop down and click your male or female. Preferred email, I'm going to say femena at amdari.com. Okay. Oh, sorry, .io. Okay. Phone number, I'm just going to type in any phone number in there. So I'm going to click on next. Please put in the right information. Location, I'm going to select Canada. I'm based in Canada at the moment. I'm just going to put Canada. Current status, I'm returning to work. Preferred work experience. So you see the list, a full list of all the internship programs that we have. So if you're interested in data science, please click on data science. Data engineering, click on data engineering. Preferred course start month, I want to start in November. Okay, I'm going to put it there. How did you hear about us? Also, the same thing, I'll say if you're on Instagram, I'm going to click on next. Highest level of education. Okay, I'll say masters. What are you authorized? Where are you authorized to work? So I'll take Canada also because, like I said, based in Canada at the moment. So now this is something that we put here as a caveat. Okay, so quite a number of the businesses that we work with to give us their business challenges also come back to ask us to provide us with talent. Okay, to give us talent, give us your talent. We need somebody that does this. We need people that do this. So we recommend people that come through our platform. So this is we seeking your consent for us to offer your profile. So you see, recruiters use Rave by Amdari to connect with potential candidates about open roles. Do you consent to us sharing your profile? So once you click on this, it allows, then whenever an opportunity comes on, we will share your profile with the recruiter or the employer or the business, whatever the case might be. So once you click on, click on submit, it will directly, okay, it says the application successful, proceed to make payment for enrollment. So click on proceed and it takes you to the payment page. It takes you directly to the payment page. So please secure your discount as soon as possible. So I could change it to the USD, okay, so you can see it better. So it's 300 USD. You can do 2 monthly payments of 150. So if you do 2 months, it's going to show you what is due today and what is due in December. So it's 1 month. It's just 1 month, space in between the two of them. Then we have 3 months payment. Once you click on secure internship, you also have what? You pay $102 today. You pay $99 in December, and you can balance the rest in January, making it very easy. So $99 is just the price of one night out, okay? You buying burgers, fries, and all that. So for the guys in Nigeria, you want to pay in Naira, just come to the top, change the toggle from USD. You can change it to Naira. All right, click on Naira. And you see 300,000 Naira. I think this is the most, I would say it again, this is the most affordable you would ever see this. So if you're looking to grab your copy now, even for January, please start to do that now. Okay, so for January, you can start registering for January. And for guys in November, the registration is going to close on Tuesday next week. So for 2 payments, 150,000 equal payments every month. So 150,000 this today and another one next month. For 3 months, okay, very easy payments. I would say 120,000, 102,000 today. All right, 99,000 in December and another 99,000 in January. So very spaced 1 month apart to give you an ample time for you to complete your payment. Now, something we need to establish is the fact that you need experience in order for you to get the job that you're looking for. And now this is where we come in with that personalized, that's personalized, that's intentional work experience that you can actually use, talk about, oh, I worked with this organization, I worked with Amdari as a data analytics consultant, and these are the projects, these are the companies I have worked with, while working at Amdari. Use Amdari to get your next tech role, your first tech role, whatever the case may be. So if you're looking at getting started, I would say you should grab your copy now. Okay, grab your copy now. So you can check out the portfolio, you can check out the page, you can check out the website. So you get quite a number of things in here. So for the project that you can get to work on, you also have like access to a pool of projects that you can get to build, you can get to work on, and you can get started from there. So it's a very interesting platform. Trust me, live projects, real life organizations giving us real life projects, and you will be there. We want to deliver on those projects. So I hope this makes sense. If you've enjoyed yourself so far today, guys, I want you guys to give me a thumbs up give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up. Okay. So boom, 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 boom. All right, so fantastic, fantastic. I'm going to drop the link again in the chat. If you're looking to get it started, please secure your position now. So I'll take a few questions because I can see some people have raised up their hands from the start of the session. All right, then I'll take some few questions, then we can call it a day. Okay. Give me a second. Let me just give you opportunities to unmute yourself, and I'll start from there. So let me see. So let me start with Elijah. Yes, go ahead with your question. I think your hand is raised. Elijah Bryan. Are you there? Can you unmute yourself? Okay, Alimi Shagun. Shagun, I used your name a lot today. How do you feel? How was the session for you? Alimi Shagun. Alimi. Okay, Shagun Alimi. Okay, Shagun Alimi is me. I'm not speaking. Why are they not speaking? All right, Ikechuku Omega. Do you want to go ahead?
Yes, I want to. Good day. Thank you very much for
Okay.
this. I think this is literally the most impactful I've gotten from a class. Yeah,
Okay,
so
sorry, my
can I
Shagun
go ahead?
Alimi, like what? Yes, you can go ahead. Shagun Alimi will
Okay.
come back. Don't worry.
Okay. So I'm currently a master. I just moved to the UK basically for my master's in data science, and I intentionally joined this platform because I don't want to finish my program and start to job hunt. So basically, what do you think? Most as a student, most of the times we're just liable to work for 20 hours. So I just wanted your advice. How do you think I should go about? Should I start all this now or wait towards the end of my program? Because even if I get something now, I don't know if it's possible for them to allow me to work like a full time, like full time since I'm still a student. Yeah, basically that's like the question I have. I had another one, but now it's not coming to my head. And okay, sorry, I had the second question was how can I pay? I'm in the UK, so for pounds, I think the two you demonstrated for was for dollars and naira. So how do I get to pay for with
But
pounds? Any other
all right.
question would come another time.
Okay, that's fine. I totally understand you. So, firstly, let me address the question around your experience about what you. So, how many months do you have left? Are you just started?
Yeah, so I'm just starting, but I've worked as a logistics analyst before, and my first
That's
degree was in statistics.
okay. Awesome. So, like, how many months do you have left on your program? If you want to share.
So I think I still have about 11 months.
Okay,
Yeah.
just starting. So yes, I would say the program doesn't just allow you to learn, but it also masters most times you don't learn anything on your master's program. Okay, and I'll tell you for free. When you start, you will start to see that master's programs are usually they are study based, they are theoretical based. They don't give you the hands-on experience that you need, and they will stress you because you need to work on projects, you need to deliver on projects. Now, this project you can actually use it during your masters. Okay, so for your thesis or something that you're working on, you could actually use this project in those aspects, or even your term projects and all that. You can use all these projects in securing the things that you're looking for. So I would say I don't think you need to wait to the end of your program. Another very good opportunity is you being able to apply for remote jobs, especially in the US. So one major platform that you can check out today is Built In. I sent the link, the I talked about it during the session today. So you can apply for remote jobs in the US, and you can work remotely from the US, from the UK for a company in the US, and be earning in dollars, all right, while you are still do your stuff in the UK. So if you look at data scientists, this is majorly startup jobs. Oh, it's like a data scientist. Okay, I'm gonna change this to United States. All right, so I'm gonna select just remote because I can't do hybrid and I cannot do in office. Then I'll search for these jobs. So there are quite a number of data science roles that you will get to see that you can actually apply to. Even with the experience that you have. So you are limited to work 20 hours in the UK, not limited to work 20 hours globally. So you have people that are working for companies in Nigeria, working remotely, and they're still earning their few thousands of dollars, naira, okay, and are working there in the UK. So your limitation to work is only limited in the UK. So you can actually look for opportunities outside the UK to work fully remotely and also earn in a different currency. So that's one benefit I would say. And these are the things that we would expose you to. And this is how you can use those experiences to apply to get jobs and so on and so forth. All right. So, and Built-in is just one of so many other platforms that would provide you with. Okay. The other thing you asked, I think, is based on the pricing. So if once you select the price, you can actually change the price here. So you can actually search for UK. That's Ukraine, sorry. United Kingdom. So British pound. So you see there GBP. So once you say GBP, that is going to be like 84 pounds. 84 pounds today, 85 pounds tomorrow, or next month, I mean. Then it's £5 in January. So that's also burger price for burger, fries, and some extra here on it. So are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? Does this make sense? Have
Yeah,
I said?
definitely. Yeah, you have. Thank you very much.
So looking forward to having you on board. Get you go.
Def Oh, if I join for the January, is that fair? Because I think since I just came in, I'm trying to settle down. So
Yeah, sure.
it's okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, that's okay. Starting January would be perfect, actually. Okay.
All right, sir. All right, sir.
Thank you. Lucia, let me take you next. Okay, I think I have some chats. Tony Vaughn, how are you doing today?
Oh,
Let me see. Give an example for you. You need to no problem. Okay. Right. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. Attention recording would stop in 2 minutes. Especially if you thanks for the great answer the session. No. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So do I have Lucia in here? Lucia,
yes,
do you
I'm
want to?
here. Good evening.
Good evening, Lucia.
Yeah, thank you for the section. So I want to ask question. Like, I just finished my analytics project.
Okay.
So I want to know whether this internship is the same with what we will get from analytics.
Okay. This is the same. No, unfortunately, no. This is different. So you still get your internship, which is also based on real life projects, okay? But
Okay.
this is a bit different from what you have there. So for analytics, you would have like assigned projects, that you also be assigned like an SME, okay, that will be working
Mm-hmm.
with you. But this is
Okay.
more immersive in the sense of the length, the the scope of projects you'll be working on. This will be a tad bit more than what you have at analytics. Okay, so it's not the
So,
same thing, unfortunately. Yeah.
okay, but do you think I can do the two at the same time? Because I don't know how tedious it could be.
Okay. Very good question, anyways. Very brilliant questions. All right. So the project you're going to be working on for this is going to be 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. Like I said
Okay.
earlier. So typically every week you're expected to give at least, if you can provide with at least two to, if you, let me just write it down so it's easy for you to explain it. So for a week, every project is going to take 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. All right. For
Yeah.
in a week, we are expecting you to give in about 6 to 10 hours in a week. This
Okay.
project. So 6 hours means that you're doing an average of 1 hour every day.
Mm-hmm.
10 hours is of the assumption that you're doing 2 hours Monday to Friday. Okay, so as
Okay.
long as you're in this time, you're going to be fine. So, like I said, these projects are not just random projects that you get online on Cargo, or Google, or anything like that. These are actual business challenges that you're going to be working on. So there's no solution. Okay, so you're the one
Okay.
creating to this unique problem. So typically, it will take you about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how extensive the project is, for you to
Mhm.
work on. So in a week, you're expected to give at least 6 to 10 hours. But like I said, the coach is going to be assigned to you, all right, and it's
Okay.
going to be working in an agile environment. It's going to be that all the projects will be developed in an agile environment. So everything will be agreed on. Okay, so you do
Okay.
the sprint review where everybody would agree on what to do, so on and so forth. So from the sprint review, you have everything that you have to do. That's how the whole project would flow. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think that's fine. I'm actually very interested in that personal coaching because
Yes.
at the moment I've not started applying for a job in as much as I finished my program.
Are you in the
Because
UK?
yes, I'm in the UK, but why I've not started applying for jobs is because I'll be leaving from UK to Canada by early next year.
Mm.
So that's why I don't want to start applying for jobs. But I will really need that one-to-one coaching for that Canada because what I'm hearing is filling my head
What is don't worry. Don't
about
stress
job
yourself with
hunting.
don't stress yourself with those people, what people will say. All right. When you get
All
to
right.
Canada, you'll see that opportunities will exist for you. Okay.
Okay.
All
Right.
right. So
Thank
yes,
you.
that one-on-one mentorship, one-on-one coaching, everything will be provided to you. Okay. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
that's the
that's
reason why we're
fine.
not
I will
taking,
register.
not taking a lot of people, so that we can have that limited number of people in house, for we can
Yeah.
provide that one-on-one relationship. Okay, so that's
Okay.
exactly what the king says. So if you're looking to get this started, I'd say you can secure a place for either for the November, or which one were you interested in, November or January?
I would like to start this November, so I must have gone far by that January, so that
Oh,
when I start
fantastic.
job hunting, it will be back to back. I need that job before I land over there. I'm so scared.
Don't worry, it's fine. We'll strategize, okay? Definitely we'll
Okay.
build a strategy around that, okay? So, if you're going to a very quiet place in Canada, it might be very difficult. But if
No,
you're
I'm
going to
going to
like,
Ontario actually.
then you have no problem, Lucia.
All
You have no
right.
problem. Don't worry.
Okay. Right.
Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Looking forward to having you on board, Lucia.
You, of course,
Appreciate
you
it.
will. I'll
What
face
program? Sorry,
interview.
what program is that? Sorry.
Data science.
Oh, we have a lot of data scientists in the house.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, that's good, Lucia. Looking forward to having you on board. Cheers for
Right.
now.
Thank you. Right.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So my guys are not in the house. My guys, they're not dropping the links in the chat. Okay. Samuel or Labode, let me take you next. Samuel, do you want to go ahead? Damien, I'm going to take you next. So just Samuel or Labode, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Good evening. Good evening,
Yeah.
coach.
Good evening.
I must comment that I really enjoyed this session. Despite
Fantastic.
honestly, coach. Honest.
Yeah. So,
I just finished last month, and when I come across your page on Facebook, I was really. Hello,
yes, I can hear you.
can you hear me, coach? Yeah.
I can
Okay,
hear
I
you,
just
but
finished
your
my
network is
program as a
crackling.
business. Okay, I just finished my program as a business analyst, and I've actually been looking for an avenue that I can really have an hands-on experience and learn more on the uh, tools that a business analyst need to use. As
Samuel, I'm
hello,
losing
coach.
you. I'm losing you. Your internet,
Hello, coach.
your internet. I'm just
Can you hear me?
Samuel. You want to type in your question in the chat because the internet keeps dropping you
All right,
out.
all right. Let me.
Thank you, appreciate it. Let me take Dami Olu Olo. Sorry, I'm not. Dami, do you want to go ahead? Dami, do you want to go ahead? Dami Olowoyo. Oluwoyo, yes. You're muted if you're speaking. I know you were trying to speak the other time.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfectly, Dami.
Fantastic. Thank you. Good evening. So I wanted to ask, is it possible for you to give us an example of a project or what a project would look like? Say, for instance, business analysis, because I wouldn't be sure of what I'm going to be, doing if I'm going to be joining this, because I've done several programs and
Yeah.
I'm literally tired of doing that.
Okay.
So I just want to be sure of what I'm going to be putting my mind into or putting my time into, and because it's looking like it's going to be about say between a month, between a month
Yes.
to 3 months. So, and because right now I'm in the United Kingdom, right? And in
Okay.
this place, time is money, literally.
100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I want to know what I'm putting my time into during this.
Very good question. So one of the major reasons why we're not currently we don't have the day business analysis course running for this month. Okay, so we have it starting in January. So in terms of how the project is going to, that's the reason why we're not starting it for December, because we are still in the process of structuring, partnering, and seeing how we can develop it. So in terms of business analysis, there's nothing I can show you. So if you join the session by December, definitely you will see a full on structure of what the project will look like in January. Does that make sense? So what I would do for you, Gabby, is did you fill the attendance form so I
So I
can keep it?
haven't, no, I haven't done that. I'm sure I'll be able to do that. I'm just listening to you, so I know my attention is there. Just want to be
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
All right. So all I would need from you is just fill the attendance form. So once we have fleshed out everything for business analysis. So what we're looking at doing for business analysis essentially is building an actual business project for building an actual digital product. So it could be, an AI application, it could be a tool, it could be a software. That's exactly what we are fleshing out at this time. For business analysis, project management, most especially, those are the things that we're fleshing out at this time. When you actually work on a real life project, you're the business analyst on the project, and then you're the one delivering the business requirements, you're the one developing all the things that you need to develop. So, for now, we don't have that structure. Hence the reason why I cannot tell you this is what we're going to do. All right. And that's the reason why we're not offering it this month. We're offering it in January so that we can flesh it out a lot better to get you what you need. But I understand where you're coming from. And without a doubt in my mind, I've been doing this for a number of years, and I tell most people before you get into anything, before you pay for anything, see, listen, get understand what you have to offer, and that's why I said this is a very, very, very good question.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
all
So
right,
between December and January.
yeah, by December, I'll tell you even before the end of this is not before the end of this month, early November, you
Okay.
will get to see what the structure looks like. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, awesome. Please fill the form so I can be in contact with you. Okay.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So my guys will drop the what do you call it, the attendance form. So just fill the attendance form, and I'll reach out to you once that's done. I'm going to take out the details now, your name. So I'll reach out to you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much for that. So we have Ibrahim. When is the onboarding section? I have enrolled and paid for the internship already. I haven't received. Oh yes, internship onboarding is going to start on Wednesday next week. So every information, all the things, personalization and all that will start from Wednesday next week. So get ready, Ibrahim. Thanks a lot for that question also. Coach, I'm a fresh graduate as a business analyst, and I'll be looking for mentorship where I can improve my tools. This is exactly what it is. That's what we have the session discussing about how you can get experience through real life projects, working in all the career paths that we have shared earlier. Okay. Ibrahim, you're muted. You have a question. Ibrahim Oyekule, I'm going to mute you because there's a feedback from your end. Okay. Chidebere, can you clarify that there's higher services for people who have learned the skill and are looking to work? Exactly, Chidebere, yes. So we're not training people. It's not a training company. Okay, so we're not going to teach how to use Power BI. That's not the case. Okay, so you've learned Power BI, you've done some form of training before, and you're looking at building your experience in Power BI or in data analytics as a whole, or cybersecurity. So you've done the cybersecurity training and you're looking to gain work experience. You're based in the UK, you want to get work experience that you can use to get a job in the UK. That's exactly what we're looking at. So we're not training you to become a cybersecurity. So you've done a training program, okay? You've learned the basics in cybersecurity and you want to work on more projects. You want to work on projects that you can use as a work experience to get in a job. That's exactly what we got. That's what we are providing you. So Chidebere, very good question. So most people think we're not training, and I try to emphasize that a couple of times. We're not training. It's a work experience program. So nobody's going to teach you how to connect power, how to use Power BI. No, it's literally how to use Power BI to solve a business problem. That's why you have a subject matter expert, not a trainer. Subject matter expert that will teach you real life how to use these technologies to solve real world problems. All right. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for dropping the attendance one. Why is we're not starting this November again when I have paid? So Samuel, we're going to reach out to you based off what like I said, the structure itself, so that we can structure it better to get you the experience that we're looking for. So before we're going to be able to finish up the structure, get you into the actual business scenarios and all that by November, that's the reason why we have made some adjustments to it. Okay. But anyways, I would personally call you after the session so we can talk better. All right, Sammy. Thanks a lot for that. I think that's just about it. Okay, so let me see. Thank you for the clarification to the various question. Okay, we need the recording. I feel that, yes. Okay, yes. The recording will be sent to everybody's email. And I know the time I wanted to spend just 1 hour 30 minutes, but I ended up spending 2 hours 11 minutes taking some questions. But at least sessions must have finished before 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, so I want to really appreciate you guys for taking our time on a Saturday when you're supposed to be chilling and having fun and having a good time. You took our time to join the session today. I want to really appreciate you for taking our time to do that. I hope I was able to provide some value to your time for today's session. And if you're looking at getting started, fine. You can go and learn anywhere. You can use any free resources to learn. That's fine. But now, if you're looking to get work experience, this is exactly where you need to be. Okay, so if you're looking at getting started, I would say, you can even get you and your friend to get started. Okay, let's work on projects together. Let's build together. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so thank you very much. Okay, please, the discount's only for the last 10 people to come in onto the program. If you're looking at getting started, thank you very much for doing that. So on this note, I'm going to call it a day. And if you had a wonderful time, I want you to give me a thumbs up. Okay, you had a wonderful time. You had a great time. Give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Love that. Love that. Enjoy myself also. Thank you very much for for such a wonderful time, and see you in future sessions or see you in the mentorship session. Thank you very much, and bye for now.